Doechii just dropped a record, and suddenly the same three names are attacking her.
Talk to
Adin Ross. Here's what he said.
Talk to
Aiden talking shit about Doechii.
again.
There's no way you gonna think this cool.
You guys will defend this girl, but you won't even defend probably your own baby mama. You probably treat her like shit. Like, we gotta make it make sense here, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you're not tough shit. You're fat. I'm sorry, you're fat. You're fat fuck. You guys are both ugly as shit.
Adin Ross, DJ Akademiks, and 6ix9ine. But this isn't just about one woman. This is a pattern, and it's time to expose it. Because now, Glasses Malone has gone nuclear, not just on Adin Ross, but on Wack 100 too. Let's talk about why these men only get tough with black women, and why Glasses Malone is calling out the whole system. First, who's attacking Doechii? She's TDE's new star, Kendrick's cosign, a rising force in hip-hop. Adin Ross, a streamer, called her an industry plant and made disrespectful comments. Akademiks repeated the plant accusations, mocked her success, and has a history of misogynistic rants. 6ix9ine jumped in to call her fake, accused her of clout chasing, and has a long history of disrespecting women. All three have a pattern. They're loudest when attacking black women and silent or soft when it's men. Let's look at their histories with women. Adin Ross is known for goofy, misogynistic jokes, but never confronts male rappers directly. Akademiks has been sued for sexual assault, has a history of online harassment, and always targets women in hip-hop. 6ix9ine, multiple public incidents disrespecting women, always using controversy for clout. The receipts are clear. They attack women, but back down or deflect when challenged by men. So why Doechii? She's unapologetic, dark-skinned, not industry-made, and Kendrick called her the hardest out. Her song, Girl Get Up, directly addresses industry plant rumors and misogyny. The attacks ramped up after her Kendrick cosign and chart success. They're not just attacking her, they're attacking Kendrick's camp. But here's the pattern. Aiden, Akademiks, and 6ix9ine never go at men with the same energy. When men respond, like Glasses Malone, they back down or call for help. Example, Adin Ross called Wack 100 to handle Glasses Malone instead of responding himself.
Go take care of your fucking kids. Please. For God's sake.
These are all assumptions.
It's just embarrassing, dude. You guys will defend this girl, but you won't even defend probably your own baby mama.
Dog, this is so racist. This is so racist. How are y'all hearing this? And then this is so. Here's a crazy
Black people
part.
put Adin Ross on. Yeah, LeBron James' son put Adin Ross on. That's when he took off. He wasn't just popular out of nowhere.
Glasses Malone.
If he was actually dissing Glasses Malone for something Glasses Malone is like provably did, okay, cool. You know, he said something about you, you fire back. You literally just went. You just opened the racist bag and just started throwing, like, you didn't even say anything, you didn't even customize your insults. You just, he's black, so he doesn't take care of his kids. He has multiple baby mamas. What? Like, man, that's not even clever. You're just being racist.
Probably treat her like shit.
And how does Wack 100 defend this?
Like, we gotta make it make sense here, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you're not tough shit. You're fat. I'm sorry, you're fat. You're fat fuck. And you guys are both ugly as shit. That's why you both wear glasses. I don't know what to tell you. This falling out podcast of you. Look at these two fucking old heads. Can you guys go take care of your fucking kids? Please, guys, it's actually getting embarrassing. Why are you wearing sunglasses in the fucking house? You're that fucking ugly. Go take care of your children. Go feed them, bro. Holy fuck. Please. It's just like, at this point, it comes to a point. You guys have children. I know you do. You probably have multiple baby mamas. I'm not stupid. Go take care of your fucking kids. Please, for God's sake. It's just embarrassing, dude. You guys will defend this girl, but you won't even defend probably your own baby mama.
Better? Are you dumb, nigga?
Your fucking ugliness.
You need a ghostwriter for your roasts, nigga. This shit ass.
But listen.
Right, what up, Nas?
Yo, this dude named Glasses Loke and Trap Bradshaw, they're threatening me.
Glasses? No, I know them dudes, bro.
And I would also, Wack, I would be like, bro, the way that he just called you, like, almost to be like, hey, handle this for me on some lapdog shit is like, I feel like Wack should have more respect for himself for that too. And maybe Wack didn't hear the shit he was saying about him not take care of the kids before he picked up the phone.
Trap ain't nobody. Don't pay him no attention. Glasses, that's family.
Okay, well, can you call Glass and let him know to tee up and get off my PP? I'm
That's terrible.
That's family. That's Glass and Malone.
Oh, okay, all right.
Shit, Trap is just clout chasing. He's a like I follow. Don't pay him no mind. Don't even mention his name. Glass and Malone is who he is. I'll call nephew right now.
All right, Wack.
Don't pay him no mind. Don't even mention his name. Glass and Malone is who he is. I'll call nephew right now.
All right, Wack. Thanks, bro.
All right.
Now, I thought it was kind of crazy that Wack did not ask Adin Ross what he did or said to have beef with Glasses Malone. Instead of Wack checking Adin Ross right then and there, he says, yo, hold on, let me go talk to Glasses Malone and figure this out. And that right there is why these streamers feel comfortable disrespecting most rappers. Because they know Wack 100 most likely either knows the rapper or Wack 100 will threaten the rapper. These guys know they can pretty much talk shit about anybody with.
This is coward behavior, performative aggression for clout, but only when it's safe. Glasses Malone wasn't having it. As a TDE affiliate in Compton OG, he publicly threatened Adin Ross for disrespecting Doechii. You not about to talk to that sister like that. I'm gonna start pressing all the people around you. He called out the racial dynamic. You cannot be no white man talking that much shit about that black woman. Glasses also called out Wack 100 for defending Adin Ross, saying, Wack is not going to stop me from doing what I want to do. He doubled down. Nobody on the West, not Wack, not Big U, not Top Dog, nobody is going to stop me from doing what I'm supposed to do because they know I'm doing the right things. Glasses made it clear. This isn't just about Doechii, it's about the whole culture of letting outsiders disrespect black women in the West Coast. He called out the hypocrisy. People will risk their freedom to hurt other black people, but stay silent when outsiders disrespect the culture. And remember what Kendrick said, he made it crystal clear. Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman, that's law. He's not just talking about jokes, he's drawing a line. No white man, no matter how famous or funny, gets to disrespect black women. That's non-negotiable. Kendrick's message? Black women have faced enough disrespect and erasure. If you're not from that struggle, you don't get to speak on it, especially not to tear them down. That's law. And that's the energy Glasses Malone brought when he stood up for Doechii. Now, let's talk about Wack 100's role in the industry's hypocrisy. Adin Ross called Wack 100 to clean up the situation for him instead of addressing Glasses directly. Wack 100 didn't even ask what Aiden did, he just agreed to handle Glasses. Glasses called out this lapdog behavior, saying Wack can't stop him and that the West Coast needs to stop letting outsiders get away with disrespect. Glasses also called out the industry for only checking black people, never outsiders, and for being quick to attack their own, but silent when it's time to defend black women. Why is this happening now? A lot of these attacks are residual from the Kendrick versus Drake beef. Doechii is TDE, Kendrick's side. Aiden, Akademiks, and 6ix9ine are all Drake supporters. They're attacking Kendrick's camp because they can't get to Kendrick directly. This is about power, clout, and misogyny, using women as proxies in a bigger war. But at the root, it's misogyny. Black women in hip-hop are policed, doubted, and attacked more than anyone. Doechii's Girl Get Up addresses this directly. What's the agenda when the it girl black? The industry and media are quick to call black women plants or fakes, but never give them credit for their work. The Goofy Army, Aiden, Akademiks, 6ix9ine is just the loudest example of a bigger problem. Let's talk about how DJ Akademiks and Adin Ross are moving, because it's not just messy, it's embarrassing. First up, Akademiks. He's always the loudest when it comes to attacking black women in hip-hop. Quick to call Doechii an industry plant,
I need to do an interview
quick to
with
mock her success.
You got to stop the botting. I've never seen this aggressive botting. TDE, y'all got to stop it. This Doechii botting shit is out of control. They're trying to make her look like Taylor Swift. Doechii and Eminem have the most monthly listeners amongst rappers all time? All time? So you're telling me not Nicki Minaj, not Drake, not Lil Wayne. I'm giving a really stark warning to TDE. Y'all are about to ruin a good artist. But the moment you make fans feel like they didn't pick her, and y'all are doing it so abundantly clear right now, y'all are pushing her so wild, the fans are gonna do everything in their power to reject her because they're gonna call her an industry plant. We've seen this before. I can name 50 industry plants. You're supposed to bot enough that fans could be like, oh shit, people rocking with it, let me go check it out. And they could naturally pick the person. Nobody ain't picked Doechii. Y'all gonna Meg Thee Stallion her, not with controversy, but Meg Thee Stallion her where people are just gonna hate her because they're gonna think nothing she's doing is organic. You're telling me she's up there with Eminem? Eminem has had a career that has spanned 25 years. The people who listen to Eminem, they might not have the DSPs. They just go on there, yo, let's listen to Tears Are Gone, I'm wondering why. Without her. Okay, cool. They're listening to Eminem. Doechii? Nigga, the only song I know about her I think the only song is Anxiety, which is cool. But bro, y'all are botting it too much.
He's built a whole brand on stirring up drama, but when it comes to real accountability, he's silent or he deflects. That's not journalism, that's just being a clown for clicks. Then there's Adin Ross, the definition of goofy. He disrespects Doechii.
Doechii, you're a horrible musician. You fucking suck at music. That's why you fell off and you're coming at me, a streamer.
Doechii, he's hating. You won Grammys for a reason.
Man, it was a rigged ass Grammy. What the fuck? You can't name me 3 Doechii songs right now. Besides the one she sampled. 3.
Anxiety.
That's the one she sampled. Yeah, so name 3. You can't do it.
On the block throwing ass.
You know why? Exactly, that's what you're known for. You're known for throwing ass.
He calls Wack 100 to handle it for him. Aiden is tough on stream, but when a real one checks him, he folds and hides behind someone else. That's not just cowardly, it's pathetic. But here's where it gets even more embarrassing. Wack 100. Wack 100, who's supposed to be an OG, a gatekeeper, a voice for the West, jumps to defend Adin Ross, a goofy white streamer who's never put in work for the culture. Wack doesn't even ask what Aiden did. He just agrees to clean up the mess, no questions asked. That's not loyalty, that's selling out. Wack is letting a clown use his name and his reputation to avoid consequences for disrespecting black women in the West Coast. That's not OG behavior, that's lapdog behavior. And here's the pattern. Akademiks and Adin Ross are only tough when it's safe, when it's a black woman or someone they think won't fight back. But when a real one like Glasses Malone steps in, they run to Wack 100 for protection. And Wack? He's so eager to play fixer for a goofy, he doesn't even care about the facts. Bottom line, this is what happens when you let clout chasers and outsiders dictate the culture. Akademiks and Adin Ross are moving stupid, and Wack 100 is selling out his own people for a streamer who doesn't even respect the
music
game.
video. Adin Ross that's number 6 on YouTube charts. That's hard. People will say that nobody listens to YouTube music, right? When somebody like Aiden posts music, right? But then they'll say, oh, Doechii has billions of views, but it's not on Spotify. It's because she's big on YouTube. F off. It's just people said last time. People said, oh yeah, Doechii's got billions of views, but he's on YouTube only. Like,
let's break down the psychology behind the so-called goofy army. The Adin Rosses, the DJ Akademiks, the 6ix9ines of the world. Why do they always seem to go the hardest at black women in hip-hop, but fold or deflect when it's time to confront men or real accountability? First, it's about power and safety. People like Aiden and Akademiks thrive on controversy, but only when it's low risk. Black women in hip-hop are often isolated, policed, and doubted by the industry. They're seen as safe targets, less likely to have powerful industry backing, less likely to retaliate with violence, and more likely to be dismissed or gaslit by the public. For the goofy army, this means they can get maximum clout with minimum risk. It's performative aggression. They act tough when the consequences are low. Second, it's about projection and insecurity. A lot of these guys built their brands on being outsiders, nerds, trolls, or fans who made it big by stirring up drama. Deep down, they know they're not respected by the real culture, so they project their own insecurities onto women who are actually winning, who are actually respected, who don't need their validation. By tearing down black women, they try to elevate themselves, but it only exposes their own lack of substance. Third, it's about misogyny and internalized bias. The goofy army is a product of a culture that constantly polices, doubts, and attacks black women. They've internalized the idea that black women are less than, less deserving of respect, less likely to be believed, less likely to be protected. So, when a black woman like Doechii rises, they feel threatened. Their response? Attack, discredit, and try to drag her back down to their level. Fourth, it's about clout and algorithmic reward. Social media and streaming platforms reward outrage, drama, and controversy. The goofy army knows that attacking black women will get clicks, comments, and shares, especially if they can bait a response. It's not about truth or justice, it's about engagement. They're not just chasing attention, they're addicted to it. Fifth, it's about cowardice and herd mentality. Notice how these guys rarely act alone. They pile on when they see someone else attacking, but when a real one like Glasses Malone steps in, they back down or call for help. It's classic bully behavior. Strength in numbers, but no backbone when challenged. They're not leaders, they're followers, desperate to fit in with whoever's winning the moment. Finally, it's about deflection and distraction. By focusing on black women, the goofy army distracts from their own failures, insecurities, and lack of real impact. It's easier to attack someone else than to confront your own shortcomings. It's easier to play the clown than to do the work. Bottom line, the goofy army acts this way because it's easy, it's safe, and it gets them attention. But it's also cowardly, insecure, and deeply rooted in misogyny. Until hip-hop and the culture at large stops rewarding this behavior, they'll keep doing it. But the real ones see through it, and the women they attack, they're still winning. If you're tired of the clown show, support the artists who move with integrity. And remember, real power doesn't need to tear others down to
Wack
stand
checking
tall.
Adin Ross right then and there. He says, yo, hold on, let me go talk to Glasses Malone and figure this out. And that right there is why these streamers feel comfortable disrespecting most rappers. Because they know Wack 100 most likely either knows the rapper or Wack 100 will threaten the rapper. These guys know they can pretty much talk shit about anybody with
all skin folk ain't kinfolk. All skin folk ain't kinfolk.
without any consequences. And as a favor in return for Wack 100, Wack 100 gets to bring his artists to these guys' streams. You protect me in the streets. In return, I'll help your artists get their numbers up. Listen, man, it's one thing if you want to critique somebody's music, but when you go out of your way to completely bash and disrespect that person, don't be so.
Like I said before, please, somebody send it to me, because I don't know. Do anybody hear Adin Ross disrespecting white women like this? I don't see it. I've never seen him disrespect white women like this. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. Shout out to Chick Smooth. Big Kish News signing out. I'm going, y'all.
Let's talk about the psychology behind Glasses Malone and Kendrick Lamar stepping up to protect black women in hip-hop, and why their actions hit so much harder than the performative outrage we see from the so-called goofy army. First, it's about identity and empathy. Glasses Malone and Kendrick Lamar both come from environments where black women are the backbone of the community. Mothers, sisters, aunties, friends. They've seen firsthand how black women are doubted, disrespected, and left to fend for themselves. This isn't just theory for them, it's lived experience. Their protection isn't performative, it's personal. They know that when you protect black women, you're protecting the very foundation of your culture. Second, it's about moral clarity and boundaries. Kendrick and Glasses don't just call out disrespect, they draw clear lines. When Kendrick says, "Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman," that's law. He's not just making a rule for himself, he's setting a cultural boundary. He's saying, there are some things you don't let slide, no matter how famous or powerful the person is. This kind of boundary setting is psychologically healthy. It signals to the community that some values are non-negotiable. Third, it's about leadership and modeling. Both Kendrick and Glasses understand that their actions set the tone for everyone watching. When they step up, they're modeling what real leadership looks like, using your platform to protect, not exploit, to uplift, not tear down. Psychologically, this is the difference between a leader and a bully. A leader takes risks to defend the vulnerable. A bully only attacks when it's safe. Fourth, it's about healing and generational change. For decades, black women have been the most unprotected and disrespected group in hip-hop and beyond. When men like Kendrick and Glasses publicly defend them, it's not just about the moment, it's about breaking a generational cycle. It's about showing young men and women that respect, protection, and solidarity are possible. This is how you start to heal a culture, by making protection the new standard. Fifth, it's about authenticity and credibility. When Kendrick or Glasses Malone speaks up, people listen because they've earned credibility through consistency. They don't just talk about protecting black women when it's trendy or when it benefits them. They do it even when it's risky, even when it means calling out their own peers. That authenticity is what makes their protection powerful. It's not for clout, it's for the culture. Finally, it's about community and accountability. By standing up for black women, Kendrick and Glasses are holding the entire community accountable. They're saying, if you let outsiders or even insiders disrespect black women, you're complicit. They're challenging everyone, fans, artists, executives, to do better. This kind of collective accountability is what keeps a culture strong and resilient. Bottom line, the psychology behind Kendrick and Glasses Malone's protection of black women is rooted in empathy, leadership, and a deep understanding of what real community looks like. They're not just defending individuals, they're defending the soul of hip-hop. And in a world where so many are quick to attack and slow to protect, that kind of integrity is revolutionary. If you want to see hip-hop grow, support the artists who protect, uplift, and honor black women. Because when you protect black women, you protect the future of the culture itself.